Hello everyone, Orange here. Welcome back to another video. Welcome to the accuracy video. So, I really didn't want to get involved in this whole accuracy debate up until recently because recently some of my viewers have been coming to me showing me that there is some misinformation out there in the community about accuracy, and I don't want my viewers believing in something that's wrong. I want them to know what's the truth, okay? So that's why I'm making this video. I'm just basically going to be a reporter. I'm reporting this information. It's kind of a crappy video because I'm not really being creative at all. I'm just, taking someone else's information and giving it to you guys. But I feel like I have to do this because I feel like I have, like a certain degree of power on my channel to reach out and get to you guys who are watching my videos. Especially those people who are misinformed about accuracy, to teach you guys what's right. So that's what I'm gonna do in this video, basically. I'm gonna do like a TLDR at first, so the video is gonna start from like the basic stuff that you guys need to know, then we'll get more into like why that's true, so feel free to leave at any point, I guess. At the very beginning, I will go over all the stuff you pretty much need to know, so if that's all you guys want to know, feel free just to watch that, and then peace out, and then I'll go into more in-depth stuff, so let's get into the video. Basically, I'm just going to be going over this post. Like I said, I'm reporting to you guys information that other people have gathered that I believe is correct because of all of this testing and all of everything is pointing in the direction that this is the stuff. Okay, so here's the TLDR. 45% accuracy is the cap for 99% of all PvE encounters, 55% for DB10. Any excess is almost never needed. 85% accuracy is the hard cap, anything above it is a waste, and then if we scroll down here towards the bottom, 15% accuracy is all anyone needs for raids. That's the TLDR for that. I will explain why that's true in a second, but first let's do the TLDR of how to calculate if a debuff will be resisted. So, this theory formula thing has been floating around for a while, so that is what we are going with and what we are testing down here. So the current theory of how accuracy works is that there are two checks. A skill has to pass through both checks for it to be applied. So if it fails the first check, it's not applied. If it passes the first and then fails the second, it is not applied. It has to pass both to be applied, okay? So the first check is to check if the skill will activate. So for example, Bella's first skill, her defense break, and Beretta's third skill both have a 100% chance activation rate. That means that the first check will always be passed if you're using those skills, but the second may not be. That's what we'll get to in a second, okay? Second. Okay, so the second check is this beautiful little formula right here. Basically, this formula is a function. The function is called the maximum function, and what it's going to do is take the largest value, I don't know the technical math term, in a set of numbers. So the set that we're concerned with is just two numbers. The first number is resistance minus accuracy, and the second number is 15%. That 15% is the magical base 15% chance to resist that I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of. So let's do a basic example. Let's do a monster with 100% resist, and let's say my Bella has 80% accuracy, and she's trying to land her first skill. So, like I said, we're going to pass that first check, and we're going to move on to the second one, because her skill has a 100% chance to activate. So then, the second check is we're going to do resistance minus accuracy, like I said before, 100% minus 80, which is 20, and 15. Which number is greater? 20 or 15? 20 is greater. So that means that there is a 20% chance that Bella will fail the second check. What does that also mean? That means that she has an 80% chance to succeed in the second check. And if you guys are not aware of probability, to determine the probability of two independent events happening, in our case we have two checks, we multiply them together. So we multiply the first chance of it happening times the second chance. So the first chance is 100%. 1 times 0.2, or 0.8, I'm sorry, because she has an 80% chance to apply the debuff. What's that? It's 0.8. So every time Bella does her first skill, she has an 80% chance to apply that debuff in our problem, in our example. In the example of a 100% resist monster minus 80% accuracy. So that's pretty much it. And that's pretty much the TLDR. Now we will get into the more in-depth discussion. So I'm just going to go down this post because this post does a really good job of it. So this part is linking to another post where a guy did 2,000 tests, and those 2,000 tests basically fall in line with our current theory of accuracy and the 2 checks. So it's really great to have testing done. I know like a lot of people are just satisfied with the in-game help. They're satisfied with, the Korean dev post, but men and women of science love their data and we love our proof. So this points in the direction that the whole 2 checks and this whole thing is very, very likely to be how it works for PvE. I'll get into PvP later. So that's that. If you guys want to check it out, I'm going to have all the links down below. Check out this thing and read it. It gets kind of technical. You can read it if you want. I'm not going to explain it. I did say like it does fall in line with our current theory. Okay, now another very, very important thing. One of the most very important things that has happened in this post, along with this. So, this new data part. For those of you who are aware, there has been a tool developed called SW Proxy, and there have been plugins developed for it. And what it does is it parses data from Summoner's War. So I don't really know the technical stuff of how parsing works, but I think it just listens to data that's being transmitted. So what happened was the person who made this post parsed a lot of data from Summoner's War and basically found out every single resistance of every single monster in the game. Do you guys know how big that is? That is like cheating, basically. Like, I don't want to say it's cheating, but it gives everyone all of the answers. It'll tell you the exact amount of accuracy you need. There's no guessing games. There's no wasting any stats. Like I said, the big TLDR, this is way bigger than you guys think it is. You may think, oh, okay, TLDR, whatever. But all of this data that has been parsed, I have it open multiple times, is like super, super, super huge. Because you know the exact number. Picture a world where we didn't know the exact number. Everyone would just have to get 85%, or we would have to do a lot of testing to figure out what the resistances were of every single monster in the game. It would have to be a lot of testing. I don't know who would want to do that much testing to figure out the resistance of every single monster at every single stage of the game. So I'll do like a quick little rundown, I guess, of the resistances for TOA hard. I know you guys can't see what tab I'm on, but it's the TOA hard one. So if we start here and go down the line for resistance for the monsters on the different floors, if you notice, as I scroll down, we're going higher up in the floors for TOA hard. So we're still looking at these resistances, and some of them are kind of different. And once we start getting kind of towards the bottom, we realize that 60% resist is the highest resist that we run into. So if we go back, let me go all the way down. So you see like a lot of 60s in there, right? So if we go back to our little formula, the way they came up with the 45% thing is if we do our formula, we do 60 resist minus, what accuracy do we need? 60 minus 45. What is that? It's 15. 15, comma 15, which value is bigger? They're the same, so it's 15%. So that's how they pretty much determine that through all of this stuff. We have Trial of Ascension normal, raids, the resistance for all. Oh, here we go, dungeons and raids. We got more 60s, we got a 70 in there. So I think what they did was they kind of determined that some of these were kind of irrelevant because there were far and few in between. Like we have like 275s here, a 70 here, but it's kind of just like that's not really necessary or whatever to go up higher than 45, because they said 45 is all you need for 99% of all PvE encounters. You guys can, again, check out the table. I will have it linked. You can just look this up. So that is the whole thing. And then there's one instance that's kind of controversial about the mid-boss with 160% resist, and they're kind of confused about that. I think they're trying to figure it out. So that's all that, and then I have 2 more things to go over. We're going to go over our current sources, and then we will go over where do we go from here? What is next with accuracy? Oh, shoot, I need that one. Okay, so we have a couple of sources. We have a Korean dev post that a lot of people like to link to. Whether or not these are devs, I don't know. This is not a blue post by Ghostcrawler. I can't tell. I don't know if this heart thing means that they're a dev. Probably not. I don't know if this pink text was written by a dev who codes the game. I don't know, right? So we have this Korean post. Apparently it's by devs. It was posted 2 years ago in 2014. Then it continues on for another 2 pages. This post was the translation of it. It just says, all he says is, Korean developers, we don't have any names. I don't know. Okay, so that's that. I mean, I guess I'm being kind of a bad reporter now because I probably should have figured this out, but this isn't too relevant to all of. The main thing is that there was a lot of testing done that pretty much proved it in PvE, and then the parsed data giving us all of the values for everything, and then the parsed data that they got for the monsters resist. Basically, this guy did some testing and he was like, the resistances of those monsters is most likely this, and then the parsed data was yes, the resistances are that. So we have that, and then we have this Funko Man Fred post. Player support, I don't know how legit that is, and he doesn't even say thanks to the Korean devs who work at the same company I work at. He just says courtesy of the Summoners War community. What does that really mean, I don't know how legit this is, but we have this, someone from Com2Us, and whoever posted this to Reddit I don't think they posted anything else, clearing it up, oh my god, Fred emailed me back and he was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I don't think there's anything like that, so we have that. Legitimacy, I don't know. And then we also have the in-game help, so you guys can actually click on this right now. I'm not going to do it because I'm running dragons, but if you click on your profile picture, when you're on Summoner's War, you click on your little icon, then you go to settings or something, then you click on help, then you click on battle, then you scroll down in the battle tab. We have this that says the effect resistance rate is calculated by subtracting effect accuracy from effect resistance, so res minus accuracy, but no matter how high the effect accuracy is, the effect resistance rate doesn't go down below 15%, so that kind of is interpreted to mean this thing right here, the little formula thing. So that's that, and then where do we go from here? Well, as a woman of science, I would like to see testing for PvP, and I think that's what people are working on, because even in this post, let me figure out where is the, right here. Okay, so right here, the guy that posted this says, we have no reason to believe it works differently for PvP, but I haven't found anyone who's tested that as extensively as we've tested PvE. So, most likely, it works the same. If you're going against a 100% resist monster, you only need 85% accuracy. Sorry, I was highlighting. 100% resist monster, you only need 85% accuracy, because that number is going to give you 15, 15, and then it's the same number, so it's 15% chance to resist on the second check. So that's what they believe, but I'm sure they are working on it because I think they like the testing. Maybe not the guy who posted this, but this other guy. So I'm not sure how much I can do to actually help. I have a Ramagos that has high resist, so I've heard around there, I've heard in some places that some people have said that when you test it in PvP, the results are very different and they're not the same as this. So there's some stuff going on, right? And without official confirmation from Com2US, these sources are not exactly official confirmation. Like, they're sort of official, but for some reason this is still a debate and people are testing it and stuff. So without official, here is the algorithm, here is the current code in your game sort of thing, I don't think we can believe it. There may still be a random chance. It may kind of work similar to this for PvP, but there still may be some randomness in there. I'm not really sure. Because if you think about it, 100% resist minus 100% accuracy, that means that the resisting monster only has a 15% chance to resist, even though the accuracy and the resist are equal. So 100 facing 100, the defending monster only has a 15% chance to resist. That seems like a little bit unfair for me, or to me, but then again, like, it might not be. That might be what they're intending, and that's just kind of how it is based on the structure of the game, because, you know, it's like human versus AI, that might just be how it is. So, I don't know, I think we need to get some testing going, because I like proof and data and stuff like that. So, I think that's pretty much it for this video. I'm sure there's going to be discussion down below. This post was 5 days ago, and the poster concluded that there was not enough PvP testing. I know you guys might start saying, oh, you know, there's been PvP testing done by this guy or this guy, but where's the post? Where's the data? You know, like, where are the logs? Where's the, you know, if someone just says, I did hundreds of tests or whatever, like, come on, you know, where's the spreadsheet and stuff? I mean, this one doesn't even have, like, a spreadsheet, but it has error bars and stuff. Like, how can you not trust someone who knows how to do error percentages? So, I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much all I have to say about this whole thing as of now. If for some reason my video ends up being, like, incorrect or something, I have, like, glaring mistakes, then I will probably take it down and redo it. I know this is a really controversial topic, and it's like I'm throwing myself into the inferno. I didn't want to say inferno. What did I want to say? Arena, but there was, like, another cool word for arena. Citadel. No, not citadel. I can't think of that word, if you guys can think of it. I'm throwing myself into something with posting this video, so, yeah, pretty much that's just what everyone who is smart thinks, I guess. I'm being a bad reporter right now, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope I brought you guys to the light, and now you can say, I know what's right, based on all this PvE testing, and it's fairly conclusive. So that's it for this video. I will catch you guys in the next video.